my buddy, Jim Hyslop. Mr. Red River Guide Service, I guess I can say that, right?
You betcha.
Hi, I'm Darryl Choronzey. I'm with a real good friend of mine, Jim Hyslop. I stopped in Winnipeg today and I had nothing to do other than go fishing with one of the best guides on the Red River, Jim Hyslop. What are we fishing for?
Channel cat.
Babies like this?
Look at that, he did it again.
Stick with us because we're going fishing. We're on the Red River for catfish. I'm going to put this baby back in the water.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm going fishing all the time, and my baby's going fishing too. Bet your life that your sweet wife can catch more fish than you. Any fish will bite if you got the right bait. Now here's a little something that I'd like to relate. With my pole and my line, I'm going fishing. Yes, I'm going fishing. My baby's going fishing too.
Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey is brought to you in part by Yamaha, Abu Garcia, Montana's Cookhouse, and Berkeley. Closed captioning for Going Fishing is brought to you by Rapala, the makers of Canada's favorite fillet knives. It's called the Red River, and without a doubt it's the best fishing hole on the continent for trophy channel cats. On the stretch of the Red between the town of Selkirk, Manitoba and the Lockport Dam, the fishing is generally non-stop from dawn to dusk. Selkirk, Manitoba is so proud of the fact that their town and the nearby river is home to the finest fishing for cats to be found anywhere that they've erected their own fiberglass statues to one of their most famous residents, Chuck the Channel Cat. Today, Choronzey is spending some quality angling time on the river with one of his best fishing buddies, local guide Jim Hyslop. Stay with us. Choronzey and Jim are going hunting the cats of the Red River.
Got him?
Yeah, I got him. Yeah. I don't know how big, Jim, but I got him.
Good man.
You know what? Hey, listen to me. No, I'm telling you the honest truth. You ready for this? I just popped the push button on this reel, right?
Uh-huh.
And I thought, I'm going to let this thing drag across bottom and see what happens. And as I did that, I just popped the ambassador there for a sec, Jim. Okay? Remember I was telling you, I says, something's down there. Jim, what's a real big catfish here in the Red?
36 to 38, 39 inches, Darryl, is a big fish.
Okay, now how many pounds would a 38 to 40-inch fish weigh?
30 pounds plus, depending on how they're built. Some fish are built bigger than others. Some of them are long and skinny.
Yeah.
Other ones have a great big head and a big belly.
Like me, eh? So you're talking, what's the biggest fish you've seen come out of here?
A 40-pound channel cat I voted for one of my clients.
Really? You know, Jim, this isn't 40, but he's strong
acting
fish,
like he's a 40, yeah.
Hey? Now, how far are we from Winnipeg right now?
25 miles, Darryl.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Look about 10 feet from you, because this fish is right beside the boat here, Jim. Look at this guy.
Oh, it looks like a pretty good one, Darryl.
Nice color on these fish, Jim. Look at that. Strong fish, Jim. These are strong, eh?
Very strong fish.
Nice fish. The old mouth on that guy. Now, you said you had a friend of mine out here last year? You had Hank Parker, right?
Yeah.
What do you think of these catfish?
He thought it was terrific.
You just thought it was great.
Oh, he couldn't get over how you could go to a drive-to place like Selkirk and catch 20-pound plus fish all day long.
Jim, I'm going to ask you something. You can take my rod just like this. I'm going to grab this guy by the tail, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to grab him by the tail. Now, that's only a medium-sized catfish.
Yeah,
right?
that's not a real big one, but...
You know, this thing has to weigh 40 pounds.
Well, I don't know about 40, Darryl, but...
But now, what are they feeding on in here?
They're feeding on anything they can get down their throat. Clams, crayfish, other fish like goldeye, suckers.
Jim, have they got what I would call a sticker, like a bone that can get you?
Here it is right here, Darryl. It's in this front fin on the bottom.
Yeah.
This one still has the skin grown over it, but quite often they get torn off and exposes this bone in here.
Yeah.
And this thing is as sharp as a needle.
That one's worn off.
Yeah.
So I'm safe. I'm not going to get stuck by the sticker.
Skin, yeah, you're okay on both of these. Yeah. Some of them are really bad. Some of the real bad ones, I don't even let the guys hold them. Really.
Now, he has 15 or 16 pounds. If you've got one that's 30 pounds, how long does it usually take you to bring it in?
Quite a bit longer.
I'm going to let him go.
Okay, yeah.
Nice fish, Jim.
Yeah, there you go.
Just torpedo him?
Yeah, just let them supercharge them. There you go. Poof. They like that.
I'll put her this way. Way to go, buddy. Jim. Yeah. Get him there. I got him.
Right on.
I got him, Jim. The prawns work. Whose prawns were they?
Cuba.
Fidel Castro's. I don't think...
Oh, Fidel would be proud of you.
Hey, I think he will be, eh? You know, they're not hitting real hard right now.
No,
Jim.
they're really
really
I've had a few pickups there and they just...
touching the light end of that thing. You know what? I don't think I'd want to use a spinning rod in here. I think... Now, what happens when they go under the boat like this? You don't know whether you got a big one or a small one, eh?
It's hard to tell, yeah.
I don't think this is a big
I don't think
fish,
it's as
Jim.
big as that first
He
one.
came to the boat pretty quick.
Sometimes they fool you.
Jim, what's... Whoa! Hey! Jim, what's a big catfish here?
40-incher?
Really? This guy took his mouth around that prawn, eh?
Oh, he sure did.
Now, is there a time of the year that you would say is the best time for catfish on the Rid?
I would probably last couple of weeks of May into June. June is a real good month.
Okay, I'm gonna say something real quick, and I do this with Jim. I use Winnipeg as my starting point for the north, whether it's northern Manitoba, northern Saskatchewan, like I'm heading to Reindeer tomorrow, but Winnipeg really is the spot to take off for northern Canada, right?
Yeah.
If you get the opportunity, I'm only gonna say this once, if you get the opportunity, you do what I do. You come one day early to Winnipeg. You get a hold of a guy named Jim Hyslop, right? You can walk right out of the airport. You're right into the. Will you tell him to quit? but here's the deal. If you get the opportunity, you come into Winnipeg. Winnipeg is the starting point for the north, right? But I always make sure when I come to Winnipeg, I get to see Jim Hyslop. He brings me out to Selkirk in a half an hour ride from Winnipeg, right? And we get catfish like this thing.
Yep, there he is.
Are you ready to let that little girl go?
Oh, yeah, anytime, Darryl.
Now, you don't want to do a Bill dance where you got to kiss that thing, do you?
Not really. I made you kiss one time, didn't I?
You made me kiss one. Do you remember that?
The first time you were up here.
First time. Yeah, I wouldn't put my lips around that for all the tea in China.
I don't blame you.
Get her over the side, Jim. Jim, what's a good day? How many, maximum fish can you catch in a day here?
Good day, 40 fish. But even 20 fish, fish like this, it's a good day with 20 fish.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not your mind saying that? You really catch 40 fish or 20
Oh,
fish?
yeah, I know, yeah.
Let's go for it, buddy.
We kept count of them.
Can I ask you a question, Captain?
Yeah.
How old are these reels? Because I've got a lot of these reels, but I don't have this model.
Probably 10 to 15 years old as far as I know. I haven't had them since they were new. I picked them up in my travels.
Well, let me ask you something. Why do you use 10 to 15-year-old reels?
Because they don't wear out, Darryl.
I'm looking, this is a relic. It's an antique.
Sure.
You got XT on here. What pound test?
20-pound test.
So you got 20-pound XT, and you've got the prawns, right?
Yeah.
And you also said to me, if the catfish aren't biting and we can't catch the little small catfish for shore lunch,
yeah,
you're going to do the prawns up, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Prawns on the Barbie.
You betcha.
Get me a fish, buddy.
Okay. That's what we're doing.
And now, the campfire comment.
That fire's warm, let me tell you. It's a heck of a lot warmer than it was out on the bay. And 5 hours we spent out there in Owen Sound Bay with one Chinook to show for it.
Do you remember the days that we used to be able to go out in the morning and we'd catch 10, 15 big salmon in the morning?
We'd limit out, no problem.
Yeah, it's just not like it used to be, buddy.
I spent the past probably about 3 hours before we made this fire tonight thinking about it. And I'm playing all the issues in my head. What extent do you think the natives play in our fisheries across Canada?
Let's be realists. Now, if the courts come along and say that the native people have the right to the fishery, the first right, okay? Say it's commercial fishing or it's for consumption, that's fine with me. But they still have to play by our laws. Like, you've got the natural resources making the laws of the province. And, we've got the federal laws to protect our fisheries. Fine, let the natives have the first crack at the fishery. But they still have to play by our laws. Because we've got some crooks in our society, and they've got some crooks in their society, and if their crooks make their own laws, we're in big trouble and it's going to get worse.
The funny thing is, I've learned in school since I was a little kid, from kindergarten, that we're all the same people. We should all live by the same set of rules. It should apply to our fishery.
Even mongrels, buddy.
That's right.
Going Fishing returns with more catfish on Manitoba's Red River.
Jim Hyslop, you want to know something? I was just bouncing that prawn long bottom,
Yeah.
right?
You were trolling it.
Yeah, I was giving it a bounce, but I don't know whether I've got a cat, but I think I do. You want to know something, Jim? Is it always this, like you've got this open lake here, right?
Yeah.
Do they always like this calm water?
Oh, yeah.
Like we've got some wind.
It's easier to fish in the calm water for us, too. Eh?
Uh-huh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'm gonna bring that drag back just a touch, Jim. This guy's got some meat to him.
Yeah, we got a big fish here.
You know that?
I think we do, Darryl. The guy we
Now, what else have you got in here? You've got walleye in here.
Not right now, but they do come later in the fall.
Uh-huh.
You've got big drum in here.
Okay.
And the odd sturge.
And you got some sturgeon too.
Not many, but a few.
And you say you'll come in here sometimes and you'll catch how many fish?
40, 50 a day, sometimes more, sometimes less, but it's generally a good bet.
Well, I said to you, Jim, you think about moving?
Yeah, as soon as we think about moving, we get a fish. Well,
This is a little better, Jim.
that's a better fish. That's a guy.
Now, okay, Manitoba has got this trophy, what do they call it? The awards?
Master Angler
Master
Award.
Angler?
Yeah.
How big is the catfish got to be for Master Angler?
34 inches.
34. This is a little bigger than that last one, Jim. And I was just about to say, pull it in, Jim. Let's go down the river.
Yeah. Hey.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes a little time for them to zero in on the bait, I think.
You think so?
I think they, but
He's down there. He's got head, Jim. He's got head. He's a big, strong fish. Now, how far are we from where we put the boat in, Jim?
we're about 8 miles, I would think.
Okay. And did you come down this far very often?
Oh, yeah, but I don't launch there to come here. I go to a different spot.
Oh. This guy's not showing himself, Jim.
No,
What pound test you got on this line?
20 pound
20?
and 25-pound leader on.
Nice fish, Jim, eh?
That's a beauty.
It's a dandy, Jim, eh?
We want. Get him up here, Darryl.
Let me get him up here, Darryl. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier said than done, I'll tell you. Get him up here, Darryl. Dandy fish, Jim. Dandy fish, Jim. Jim, nice cat, eh?
Ah, we got him.
Now,
Darryl.
is that a cat or is that a cat? Eh? Look at that. Dandy fish.
That's
Wow.
the guy we were looking for, yeah.
Now, how long's that thing gonna be?
That fish will probably be 34 inches anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
Big, mean old Red River cat. Eh?
Oh, yes, sir.
Now, by the tail?
By the tail
By the tail.
and up underneath the belly.
And that'll paralyze them a little, eh?
Yeah. Squeeze them hard
Now,
on the tail.
what did you say they're eating?
They're probably eating clams. They could be eating goldeye, suckers, frogs, anything that come along. Anything they get in their mouth, they'll eat.
Give me a kiss. Come on. Give him a kiss.
I've done that before. I've been there, done it.
I fished with you how many years now? I think it's been over 10, 12 years now.
Probably, yeah.
When you get to Winnipeg, I'm telling you, stop in and give my friend Jim a call. What's the official name of the company?
Red River Guide Service.
Okay? The
Very
best
easy
cat
to-
fisherman on the Red River because you're the only real cat fisherman. Eh?
guess so.
And you don't want to kiss him.
No, I've done that.
Bill Dance would kiss
My
him.
wife would never kiss me for a month.
Well, I'm not going to kiss him. Is that a nice fish or is that a
That's a
nice fish?
beauty. That's a real beautiful fish, yeah. Nice shape.
I'm going to put him back. What do you think?
Sure.
All right, buddy. How many inches did you say that was?
34, Darryl.
34.
Yeah.
So I get my little award, I guess.
You betcha. Yeah. We're
Would
trying to
you-
get you a bigger one.
And would you say this award is, what's it called again?
Master Angler
And
Award.
it's got to be how big?
34 inches.
It's got to be 34, and that was 34, eh?
Yeah, you made it.
That's about 50 pounds, that fish.
Yeah, about that, yeah.
You're so full of fish stories. Let's get our lines up and do it one more time, Jim. What do you
Let's
say?
catch another one then.
Dandy.
Are you visiting the Winnipeg area in the near future? Then take the time to make the 30-minute drive to nearby Selkirk and enjoy the channel cat fishing adventure of a lifetime. Local guides, the likes of Jim Hyslop, can tie you into fish after fish in a few short hours. Winnipeg is the starting point for most flyouts to the far north fishing destinations of Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and even the Northwest Territories. But anglers in the know readily set aside a day or two to drag the bottom with their baits for Red River cats.
Now, That's a prawn or a big shrimp, right?
Yeah, tiger prawn.
Now, okay, we're on the Red River. We're in Manitoba. We're less than, what can we say, 20 minutes or half an hour from Winnipeg, right? But I think anglers should understand that you can go into your local AMP or your Zehrs or whatever grocery store, right?
Yeah.
You can buy a box of these frozen prawns or frozen shrimp, right? I can use this bait on the Saugeen River back in Ontario, on the Ottawa River back in Ontario, on the Red River here in Manitoba. But you want to know something? That's even great for sturgeon on the Fraser River.
Oh, for sure it would
You know,
be, yeah.
and you're not hurting the environment at all because this thing's been frozen probably for the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Great bait.
Terrific, yeah. Smells good, eh?
Smells good. Stinks. But anyway, it catches catfish.
And now for the Montana's Cookhouse tip of the week. Channel cats seldom stray far from bottom. In fact, 99.9% of the fish caught come to those who are bottom fishing. Dead stink baits are the choice of the experts.
Jim.
Oh, right on, Darryl.
You know
Good man.
what, pal? I can't believe it. Now, we've been on 3 places on this river, right?
Yeah.
And we've caught fish in every spot. How many spots have you got on the river?
Oh, quite a few. How many do you want?
So, you've got goldeneye in here, right, Jim? Hey,
look at that.
you've got goldeneye in here. You've got walleye in here, but we're just after the cats. It's a little smaller guy.
Small cat.
Now, we're not going to eat any catfish, right?
No.
But let me just ask you one question. I like eating catfish. Do they keep catfish in this river system, or do they release pretty well, all of them?
I would say 99% of them are released.
Are released?
Yeah. I mean, that's an edible fish there. He's
Yeah.
the right size. Nice, clean-looking fish. Probably just
Now,
come out of Lake Winnipeg.
Are they always this light when they're that size?
Yeah, usually when they darken up when they get bigger. I think this fish is fresh out of Lake Winnipeg, where the water's a little different.
Okay, how far is, now what's the dam called upriver?
Lockport,
Lockport, right? Now that's, what's the name of the town?
Selkirk.
Selkirk, right? Now Lockport's just past
Yeah,
Selkirk,
Yeah.
and we've come downriver, and we're at the bottom end of the river right now. What's the name of this lake?
Netley Lake.
Netley.
Netley.
And then you go into Lake Winnipeg.
Lake
all right?
Winnipeg's another 5-6 miles up the river.
I'll tell you what.
River, pardon me.
We're gonna catch one more, and we're going in. I'm gonna take you for a great meal tonight.
Okay, buddy.
Catfish.
Oh, right on.
Going fishing returns in a moment.
Jim Hyslop, the #1 guide on the Red River, and I can say that because you're the only guide on the Red River as far as I'm concerned. Jim, how long have we been fishing together?
5 or 6 years, Darryl.
You know, I think it's actually longer. I think it's almost 10 years.
You think so?
We're getting old,
maybe.
buddy,
I
you
guess
know?
so. I just don't realize.
I think your memory's starting to slip on you.
Well, I just turned 60 this year, so things started going
Oh, my
haywire.
birthday was yesterday, but we're not talking birthdays. Listen, when I first came out with you, we ran golden eyes for bait. That was the first time. That was chunks. Remember, you were
Yeah,
slicing them up in chunks, right? Then we ran chicken one time, and I see we're running prawns or big shrimp right now, right? Of all the baits, what's your best bait out here?
Actually, all-round bait, I think shrimp is one of the better ones, yeah.
So you're bringing an imported bait in, right?
Yeah.
I bet you really, if you check where it came from, probably came from Taiwan or Hong Kong, something like that.
Taiwan or Cuba, something.
Or Cuba.
Yeah.
So you're bringing foreign baits into the Red River, just outside of Winnipeg at Selkirk to catch Red River cats, right?
They like a treat too once in a while.
I saw you stringing that on, and I think we've got an idea on what we're using. What size hook is that?
That's a 3/0 wide bend.
3/0. You're also running, and again, you're running an XT, a tough line, right?
Yeah.
How many pound test?
20-pound test. Yeah.
Okay. We can't mention the name of the rods and reels. You know, Big Brother in Ottawa says, no, you can't do it. But what I'm seeing from Jim, and this has been going on for years, you don't run spinning rods out here, you run level wines, right?
Bait caster. Oh, yeah.
Right?
Much
You have to
stronger.
correct me. I say level wine, you say bait caster.
Well-
Bait caster's a level wine, yeah. But
Yeah.
you're running bait casters a level wines,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
I think part of the deal is you got the accuracy in the casting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you can hit the button, you can, like, you know,
Free spool.
let it fall out and free spool wherever
Yeah.
you want, right?
They have a much stronger drag system on them too, I believe.
Than the spinning reels.
Spinning reel.
And also, again, on a spinning reel, if you're running a line like, say, XT, like the tough line, right?
Yeah.
It is hard to use it on a spinning reel, but on a level line, you can get it down.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom of this river is pretty rocky,
Oh yeah, rocky and snags and
so you need a tough line. Okay, so now we've mentioned the goldeneye. We can't get in trouble with the government for saying goldeneye because that's a fish that swims, right?
Right.
We can't get in trouble with the government by saying it's prawns because that's a fish that swims. It's not a brand name, right?
Yeah.
And chicken livers, chicken gizzards and all that. We can't get in trouble with the government on that.
Yeah,
I also noticed though you put a lotion on just to spruce it up a little bit.
Yeah, this is
It's a catfish lotion.
catfish attractor.
Do not say the name of the thing because I'll get in trouble. But it's a catfish attractor.
Yeah.
So what Jim's using is natural baits, but you're still adding a little commercial scent to it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just like a woman puts on perfume, you put it on for the catfish.
That's right. Yeah.
Buddy, I love it up here. You know? The #1 guide on the Red River because the CRTC's listening. As far as I'm concerned, he's the only guy on the Red River. Jim, you got... I was kind of giving Jim the gears, eh? It was what, 3-1?
I told you I'm getting the big one.
Do you get tired of fishing for catfish?
No.
Never.
When I do, I'll quit.
Yeah, and that's when you're going to quit fishing?
I'll quit fishing for cats.
I'm going to get my line out of the water. What's your personal biggest fish, Jim?
34 pounds.
34. How many inches?
I forget, we didn't measure them back then. We weighed them all, eh?
Uh-huh.
That's when weight meant something. But
You know what? The sun's starting to come down just a little bit, right?
yeah.
And I'm getting a little hungry, so you get that fish up to the boat, and I'm going to take you out for a meal. Nice fish, eh? You really put the hooks into that.
Oh, I wasn't fooling around. We got to get
Now, again, you're running 20-pound tests, right?
Yeah.
And you're running what pound test leader?
25-pound test. Big game, Berkeley big game leader.
Uh-huh. Will you get that fish up here?
There you go. He ain't very big, but he'll do.
Now, Jim, what's a good day up here?
You catch 20 fish, 25 fish in a day. That's a good day.
Like you picked me up at the airport. It's now 25 after 6, right?
Yeah.
You picked me up at the airport at right about 1 o'clock?
1:30. Yeah.
1:30?
Yeah.
And it was a half-hour ride out here, right?
Yeah.
And that's probably 6, 7 fish so far.
Yeah.
Eh?
Not a great day, but not.
Hey, not a bad day. Now, these guys have got a jaw for crushing, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty strong. It's got fine teeth all the way along
Feel
here.
those fine teeth.
Yeah, I can feel, they're not sharp.
No, no.
But there's just enough so they can hold and then they'll crush down on it, right?
Yeah, right. That's how they do it. Yeah.
And this is their
That's the
sensors,
feelers. Yeah.
right?
That's the feelers. The one underneath are the ones they scent with.
Okay.
Those are the barbels they call them.
So they can actually, they get the scent of the bait with these, right?
Yeah.
That's their feelers?
Yeah.
And that's their centers?
Yeah.
Now listen, if you get the opportunity, don't pass up the chance to get out with my friend from the Red River, Jim Hyslop. The fishing is always great when they're with you, right?
We've always done well, Darryl.
We've always done well. Listen, thank you very much. You put your hand back on the tail of that catfish, you can let him go, and you and I are going to drive back into Winnipeg. What do you think?
Okay, sounds good.
Stick with us, and we'll see you next week.
For more information on today's fishing location and other going fishing destinations, visit www.goingfishingtv.com. Going Fishing with Darryl Choronzey has been brought to you in part by Yamaha, Abu Garcia, Montana's Cookhouse, and Berkeley.
Going fishing.
Going Fishing would like to thank the following fine sponsors:
Baby smiling my way